Hey there, welcome to Paw Chronicles and More with Jim Dingus. Well, today what I intend to do is this little pawpaw I had shared with you folks about the mango variety. Not taking nothing away from it, but the one thing I'm finding with the mango variety is for northern, I'm guessing this because I live so far up north, is it struggles. Here's a tip, and you see we had winter die off on that tip, and here's a tip right here, winter die off on that tip. And I'm thinking that it's really not suited for a northern part of Ohio. And you can see this entire branch right here, the tip died off and this entire branch died off. What I'm going to do is clip this branch off. I'm going to pull this little pawpaw because I have two other mangoes in here. The one over here behind me is doing very well. It's a much bigger tree, but I have other trees that I want to put in here. I've got let's see, NC1, overleaf, mango, sunflower, and I just recently grafted over there a Davis, and over there a Haviland's Sidewinder. I have Prima 1216 out there in the nursery. I have Chappelle, Benson, and Atwood, those three KSU that will be coming out here. And I have areas selected for them. But I'm going to go ahead and dig this up and put it in burlap and stick it in a pot. I'm going to clip that off while I'm looking at it. Yeah, it's pretty much brown. Wasn't wanting to live. Not to mention it'll put the energy into these two branches here. And while I'm at it, that little wound I just created, I'm gonna put a little piece of parafilm on that to cover it up, just on the wound itself. This was one of the seedlings that I had grafted in 2020, and as you can see, it didn't do as well as I would hope it would, but that's okay. The tree ain't dead, it just ain't doing what I want it to do. Cover that wound up. I use parafilm quite a bit. Anyhow, let me go ahead and pop this out of the ground. Now I'm coming back away from it a little ways to get as much of a root ball out of it as I can. You notice I'm stepping back towards the tree itself because I don't want to disrupt too much of the dirt. We're early enough in the year, this won't hurt it. Spring, we got cool temperatures too, in which I'll take this into the house and get it in a pot and care for it. Tell you what, I really like that shovel. That's an aggressive shovel. It does what I want it to do, that's for sure. And one more chunk should do it right here. Now let's see if we can take her up. Now she's wanting to fall apart. around this side here. Take another chunk. There we go. Now, not much of a taproot. You see the dirt wanting to fall apart on her, and the dirt fell apart. Well, we'll treat it like a bare root and stick it in a pot. I'll put this in a 3-gallon pot. But for right now, let me do this. This dirt go right back in there. Set this to the side. Try to leave as much dirt as I possibly can on there, so we still have dirt. Got some root fiber. I have 3-gallon root maker pots. I'll stick it in a 3-gallon pot, water it in real well, and care for it. Try to leave as much dirt as I possibly can around it, and see if we can't make it live. Pawpaws, they really try your patience. That was a tongue and whip graft. So it was big enough to take on a tongue and whip, but it just hasn't really grown that much. But we'll see what we can do with it in the house, down in my little basement shop. There you have it. Oh, well, I hope everybody's enjoying the season. I hope everybody is being kind to one another and safe. Boy, that's rich dirt down here. All these other pawpaws are doing very, very well. Chop that back up so it ain't all clotted. Once my grafted trees take off, I'll select one to put out here to replace that, and cross our fingers. I may decide to just plant a root sucker out here and graft into it next year, because as you know, I feel that I get better gain out of a root sucker than I do seedlings as far as personal usage. I like the personal usage of the root suckers because they do so well. We'll pan around here a little bit and let you see some of the pawpaws, well, a couple of them anyways, that I had grafted in 2020, and share some thought with you. That's an NC1, and that was a root sucker grafted in 2020. Just to give you an idea of the growth. I dug that up in 2019, planted it here in 2019, and grafted into it. And you could see the growth. That has really done well. And let me show you another one. Oops, sorry. That one too is an NC1, and it was a root sucker. once again, a root sucker that was transplanted in 2019. It came up in 2019, and in 2020 I grafted it, and you can see how well it is doing. Let's spin the camera completely around and try to show you another one that is doing well. Let me back off a little bit. Right there, another root sucker. Dug up in 2019, transplanted here. It came up in 2019, and I grafted it in 2020. That's a sunflower. Just something that I wanted to share with you. These root suckers tend to do very well for me as far as grafting. Anyways, my name's Jim. If you like what you see, subscribe. Don't forget to click on that bell for notifications. Any comments or questions that you may have, I welcome. You all have a God bless day.